trying for his 20th title, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and we were right. He's making him finish on that right lane.
Well, it's a smart move by Petey. You know, in Walter's bowling goal, one of his major goals is to have more first places than seconds. He's got 19 and 27. And if he doesn't knock that 10 pin over, it could be 19 and 28.
I got to talk to the manager.
He's still smiling. You got to love him.
And I can remember my dad always used to say when the guy leave a 10 pin or something like that, he said, call the manager. There he is. Marcel Fournier is the proprietor here.
Spare it up.
Spare it up. He's not loose enough. He's not relaxed enough.
Walter's got a good attitude today. He knows he's going to leave some 10 pins. He knows he's going to get some strikes. It's just a matter of what Pete Weber's going to do. Now, will Pete throw that big hook he was using in practice, or will he move further out and go a little more direct?
What do you think?
I think he's going direct.
Well, that was direct.
That's a very confident shot. Earlier in practice, he was playing the fourth arrow and swinging the ball way out. Now we'll take a look at Pete Weber's game. Very, very distinctive. Pushes the ball away with a 5-step approach, second step push away. Now very high backswing, but very, very loose. And beautiful follow through. Just another great Pete Weber shot. Would love to open the game out with a double.
Wow. Power.
A great shot. He loves that. I'll tell you right now, he knows he's bowling Walter Ray Williams, who's the best bowler on tour today. He knows he needs to get out to a fast start. Let's see if Walter can knock that 10 pin down.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Flush.
my gosh. That's 10 pins he's left. And I know one thing. If I'm either one of those bowlers, I don't want to shoot 202 because every match has been lost with a 202 score.
Well, he converts his second 10 pin this game. 202, the magic wrong number so far tonight. Walter Ray leading the average parade, 225. He has what, almost 150 some games more than Parker Bone, and 3 pins ahead of him in average. And another 10 pin, number 11.
He's still smiling, but he says that's okay. He knows he's making good shots. He's doing everything that he feels he needs to do. It's just 9 instead of 10. You can see Walter Ray's career earnings at 1.7 million, and I'm sure he's got most of that.
Having fun.
Having fun. I don't know how much longer it's going to be fun leaving those 10 pins. Pete Weber's career earnings are $1,801,000, so only about $34,000 separating these two players.
Average 237 this week. Looking for 3 in a row.
Kind of cut that one off just a hair.
You could see when he threw that shot, the thumb went down. It went left instead of the fingers coming out. Look at that. Thumb goes down, ball goes left. Pete is a good spare shooter. He'll throw the ball hard and straight to pick up the 3-6-10.
Uh-oh. Oh, what a break. What a break.
That is a very good break. Now you can see this shot. Watch the way he turns the ball early. Right there.
Right over the top of it. My God. Yeah, and he's trying to stay behind it.
Yes, he is. That's exactly what he's been trying to do in the last few years, is try to stay behind it more to try and get him out of this little mini slump that he's been in. He hasn't won in a couple years.
Oh, 7 pin falls. I mean, 10 pins are bad enough, but when they have company, then it's really disaster.
Yeah, you can see this shot is right on line. It's right where he wants to throw the ball, but it's hanging a little bit. Now it makes the move. 8 pins are gone, and the 7 pin just barely falls. Pete picks up the 10 pin. Happy to make a mark in that frame, and happy to mark in the frame before he almost missed the 3-6-10. In fact, missed it so far, he made it.
Walter Ray looking for his first strike, trailing by 8 pins. We're in the final match.
Come on. Yeah.
And he knocked that 10 pin over with his voice.
Oh, I think 3 10-pins in a row was enough for Walter.
Well, he had 3 10-pins in a row, but right now, if he strikes here in the 5th frame, he takes a 2-pin lead, as the scoreboard tells us.
It can be very frustrating to be hitting the pocket all day and leaving the 10 pins at Walter's left, but he is hanging in there, having a good time.
Walter A takes the lead halfway through the championship match. Pete Weber's got to gear it right back up to get back into that 1-3 pocket.
Much more room. He gave that ball more room, but it still hooked very, very hard in the back end.
There we see these two guys at the top of that money list, and Marshall Holman in 4th place there. Mike Albee still creeping up on everybody. It's a lot of money, guys.
Hard and straight at the 9-pin.
Eddie Charles falls another pin behind. And Joanne Fournier, daughter of Marcel, she's the tournament chairman here at Marcel's Olympic Bowl. Does an outstanding job.
Yeah, she certainly does. They had an excellent Pro-Am this year, I believe a record Pro-Am, and she's due a lot of the credit. Pete needs to start striking again right now. More speed.
Perfect. Perfect. 3 pins the difference. Walter A has him going to the lane that's giving him more trouble tonight.
And you know, it means more to both of these guys to beat the other one, because they are the number 1 and 2 money winners of all time.
Got it out that time. Got it out.
Well, Walter seems to have figured out how to knock the 10-pin down. He starts out leaving 3 10-pins in a row, and then he strikes 3 in a row for a 13-pin lead.
I think we should mention that these two guys earlier this morning played a round of 18 holes of golf together. Pete Weber won that little battle, but he's not winning this battle right now.
This might be a little more important.
Just a tad. Walter Ray.
I believe Pete wanted a re-rack on lane 34.
Pete covering it himself right down there. I asked him earlier what winning tonight would mean to him. Well, we'll get that later. Right now we're back to live action as he finally got his re-rack.
Well, he had to yell for it. They tried to do it with the tournament director asking the back end, but Pete just sort of said, listen, I'll take the bull by the horns. I want my re-rack.
Will it carry? Yes.
Almost a solid 9-pin, Mike.
There's his wife, Tracy. Now we'll find out what he had to say about winning tonight, what it would mean to him.
Well, it means that my practice over the summer paid off on my release that I've been working on. I've been working on trying to stay behind the ball a little bit more, trying to get the end-over-end roll again, and it would really make me happy again. I think I'd be back. I think I'm ready for a bowler of the year maybe next year.
3 pins. 3 pins, the difference right now. Some of the statistics from this week: only 132 players in the field. Everybody averaged 215. Took 220 to cash and 226 to make the top 24, Marshall.
That's a very high average, and you can see Pete Weber led the tournament almost wire to wire, slipped a little in the 4th and 5th rounds. Hooper made that big charge toward the end. Walter Ray was very consistent throughout the tournament.
Worst he's been, almost his 2nd or 3rd. So, and we can see that the average here about 150 pounds, and we've got 130 going against 180 in this match, and 3 pins is the difference. Walter A working on 4 in a row, headed to the 8th frame. Will it carry the 10? Oh, and the 7. Oh.
You know, Walter's had a lot of tough breaks in his matches today, but that was a great break. That 7-pin just easing over right at the very end.
That puts him up by 13, headed for the 9th frame. And again, it's going to come down to the player that can perform in the 9th and 10th. They've both been there before.
I think Petey's kind of hoping that Walter gives him just a little opening.
And he did.
No,
oh my
I
goodness.
Didn't do that.
That's the first time that
didn't do that.
First time he's missed the pocket, it seems like all
That was
day.
not good.
That ball just slipped off his hand. He knew it immediately. It was not coming back. 1, 2, 4, 10 washout. Now this is a shot that he can make. It's not an exceptionally difficult spare, especially for a good spare shooter like Walter.
He's got to make it.
Well, I agree with you, Mike.
Come on. Come on.
He did make it.
I'll tell you what, a lot of class right there. He makes that terrible delivery and then comes back with a wonderful spare conversion. Now watch this. This is textbook. 1 pin right into the 10-pin.
9 pins.
Once again, just a beautiful shot.
Is the difference. Pete can take the lead with a strike here in the 9th frame.
And I believe he could, if he takes it all the way out, he could close him out.
Oh, the 9-pin. He talked about he almost left it the last time on this lane.
2 times in a row. His last 2 frames were almost 9 pins.
And he's saying, why now? How no?
What a terrible break. But that's the risk you take with these kind of balls. He needed to move in just a little bit.
At the 9-pin, has it. The difference is 10 pins. Walter Ray has them. Pete has to strike it out. We could have a tie here.
It does set up for a possible tie, Mike, and that is very disappointing for Pete. That is a flush pocket hit, but the ball drives so hard, and Pete leaves a lot of 9 pins because he throws such a powerful ball. Got to regroup, make a good shot here, put pressure on Walter Ray.
Kind of spun it down there.
Yeah, and that could be the product of the 9-pin. You know, it's almost like a subconscious adjustment for the left lane when he had the problem on the right lane.
At the 2-pin.
Uh-oh. No problem.
A strike on the fill ball will finish with 223. Walter Ray would need a mark of some kind in the 10th frame.
And you'd have to like Walter Ray's chances. He's generally an accurate player, although his last shot was very bad. Well, a disappointed Pete Weber shoots 223, forces Walter Ray Williams to get a mark in the 10th frame. And if I could find somebody to bet with right now, I think I'd
You'd
say,
be betting on Walter.
Well, you'd have to. Yep.
You'll go through the same routine.
This is for title number 20.
That's good. That's good.
Well, he knew it was good.
Well, he did exactly what he needed to do. He got up and made a very good shot. If he misses this, it's 222. He loses. Walter Ray Williams is regarded as the best spare shooter on tour.
He's got to prove it now.
Well, I needed to make a 10-pin last week. I made mine. I think Walter can make his.
Yes.
He knew it.
Yeah.
That's enough. Well, no, he needs what? 1 pin.
He needs to stay behind the foul line and keep the ball in the lane.
All the way, Walter Ray.
There's your winner.
Yes.
And appropriately enough, he finishes with another 10-pin. Title number 20 for Walter Ray Williams Jr. Walter Ray is your winner, 232 to 223.